Welcome to Wise Woman Wednesday, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. We are doing this a little bit later, so hopefully it is a little bit easier for people to get here. I've got my tea. Thank you so much for all your patience with me coming out here on this Wednesday. Go ahead and say hello in the chat. Let me know that you're here, that you are centered, you're grounded, and you're ready. It has been a great week, a busy week, lots going on. And I hope that you have had a great week as well. I am not as structured tonight as I have been. I'm still going to be trying to keep on topic, but I don't know or I don't necessarily feel as if the topic I had been planning to talk about today is the topic that I'm going to stick to. We'll have to see. So the humidity is humiditying. Melissa is here. Hello, my love. So glad you made it. Hope you had a great class. Yes, we're going to be talking today about timing and being ready, and whether or not I stick to that topic is remains to be seen. But we'll give it a little bit of time. I feel like so far I've really rushed into just getting my presentation over. I want to take more time, calm down, ground, stay as centered as possible. Enjoy my tea for a little while here before I dive right on in. Mojo Shop, hello, bro. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Guys, it is. I don't even want to say it's hump day because that makes it sound like, we're pushing through the week, but it's just another glorious day. It is halfway through the week, and for me, it's like, yes, today was a big day because it was the last really big day of like eating for me because I'm starting a long fast on Saturday, so I won't be like eating a heavy tomorrow and Friday. So today I stuffed myself. So I still feel like I'm in a food coma. So I was saying a little bit earlier that I don't necessarily feel like the topic, of the tonight's live, what I have listed is where I'm going to be leading tonight. But we'll see. We'll try. I guess I'm gonna see if I need to like turn on my light, if my light will work. Oh, that definitely is better. Let me see. Yes, that is much better. Okay. Hello, everyone. You can see me more. No shadows. Okay, so tonight I was going to be talking about timing and readiness and, how it's, all biological and it's individual and how it is important, Time is an illusion. Time is relative. And yet, while we are in this realm, it does matter. It is something that we have to take into account, right? Specifically for women, Wise Woman Wednesdays has been very, excuse me, God, got the hiccups. Thus far, Wise Woman Wednesday has really been, focused and centered around women wellness, really. But today is not going to be as much about wellness, women's wellness, and but talking about timing for ladies. Timing really is, we are way more sensitive to time because of the fact that we are ever changing and we go through so many different seasons in a month. We are we are creatures that ebb and flow from day to day, and so for us timing really is everything. We really do need to align with our inner timing and what is the best time for us to eat certain foods, to do certain activities, to take a rest, right? It's like, is this the time for me now? Because our time doesn't isn't necessarily lined up for everyone else, basically. So um, winter is coming to a close, and I could already feel it here in Myrtle Beach. It got like up to 69, 70 today. I didn't need a jacket. I still wore a sweater. The humidity was like off the charts, like it was in the middle of summer. Not really, but um, we are starting to feel a shift. And Happy New Year. Happy Year of the Fire Horse, everyone. We are officially in the Year of the Fire Horse. Um, it is, as of yesterday, the new moon. So we are in the new cycle, new season, new lunar cycle now. This is the time to go inward, to figure out exactly what it is that you want to let go of, to um, evaluate how your last month was and how you want to move forward in this new month. You know, sowing new seeds, new habits, new intentions during the new moon. And also, there was an eclipse yesterday. I didn't really see it. I mean, I didn't have to see it. It happened, right? Lots of symbology there, and that is a whole other reason to talk about time and how important it is. There is a time for everything, like the passage in the Bible, Lamentations, if my memory serves me correctly. There is a time for everything. There is a season for everything. There is a time to laugh, a time to cry, a time to sow, a time to plant, a time to, grieve, a time to be joyful. There is a time for everything in this realm. And even though, I want us to not forget that time is illusion and that time is not linear, that is something very important. Time is a spiral. Time is now. Literally everything is now in the cosmic, in the spiritual. Um, However, we do need to keep up with time, right? We got to be at work at a certain time. The sun goes down at a certain time. Daylight savings time, the whole farce of that, right? Like, oh my gosh, I can't, I can't with the daylight savings time thing, really. It really disrupts our biological clock, our internal clock, the clock of creation, the clock that actually matters, right? Um the moon and the sun, they are our timekeepers. They tell us the seasons, the days. They tell us the truth. That is the time, the watch, the only watch that we're supposed to, keep track of. And even though time is not linear and that everything is happening at once, everywhere at the same time, which is why, some people have deja vu, right? Like memories that resurface, that all kinds of weird stuff, which I'm not trying to get into now. But, I like to touch on everything because my brain goes everywhere. Um, when we look at time, when we make decisions aligned with the times, it amplifies our decisions. For instance, with the new moon, the full moon, waning moons, right? Like when we align our decisions, our schedules with the moon, it will amplify our decisions, it will amplify our actions, it will support us, it will assist us because we have chosen a certain time, right? It can't Everyone has their own time, but when you choose a specific time, when you are ready, that makes all of the difference. And this whole topic came about because I am choosing to fast at the start of my next cycle, which is supposed to be on Saturday. I'm staying extremely flexible because, everything is not linear, everything is not exact, right? And I might start earlier or maybe start a day later. Who knows? I'm staying flexible, but I'm trying to align with my time. Women have their own biological internal clock, and we have to listen to it. There are certain seasons and times for a lady when it is better for her to fast, when it is better for her to eat heavier, when it is better for her to do more strenuous exercises, when it is better for her to do lesser exercises, right? Like there is a time for everything. And aligning it also with the closing and opening of a season. So I wanted to talk about the fact that there is no real cutoff. In China, they are celebrating, the Chinese New Year, the astrological New Year according to their calendars, and crap, I lost my train of thought, you guys. It's a good time to take a sip of tea. What was I saying? Ah, yes. Okay. So I was saying, it came back to me. Thank you, Mouse Tie. So I was saying that there is no true cutoff. We have dates for things, right? We can say that February 17th is the new year. We can say January 1st is the new year. We can say the equinox is on this day, right? And this is when it starts. However, it's really a progression, right? When we say like we go from winter to spring, it's not like one day, all of the trees are bare and, have nothing on them. And then the next day they have green buds and all of the little baby animals are coming out. That's not how it works. It's a progression, it's a transition. It happens gently over time. We are already starting that now. And when we align with the natural progression of the seasons, with the natural progression of the luminaries, then that amplifies all of our decisions and our actions. I mean, that's really it. um, and I feel like it is important to have intentional rituals to open and close things. Even though it is a gradual transition from winter to spring to summer and so forth, where there is no, oh my gosh, this day it's cold and this day it's hot, right? Because it goes back and forth for so long before it stabilizes, that we transition and it bleeds into each other. The yin and the yang, we really can't tell where the yin starts and the yang stops. And That's why it's important for us to have those traditions. You know, I feel like the West has really lost its touch with the true timing, and the traditions that have been adopted have not been natural traditions. They don't celebrate the masculine and feminine. They don't celebrate the closing and the stopping. We have been conditioned and deceived into believing, you know, that certain holidays are for celebrating certain things that don't matter. Honestly, there's no nice way to put it. Valentine's Day is a great example. I'm not going to go into the history of Valentine's Day because I don't know it. I don't care. It is not, I wouldn't want to, go into detail without knowing and having my ducks in a row. But it's supposed to be a day of love, right? Love should not just be celebrated on one day. And when holidays are chosen and people put their energy towards one day, it can be siphoned and harvested in a certain way. Um, I can go ahead and say that Black History Month is another farce. I get it. This might ruffle some feathers, but it's the truth. It's like Black history is American history. It's just regular history. We don't have Irish History Month. We don't have Japanese History Month. We don't have Native American History Month, right? Why do we have to have a specific month to understand or celebrate or recognize the history of Black people? What does that signify? How does that help us? What does that do for anyone? Do you see where, like, I'm trying to go with that? Because, and I feel like I have to be very careful in saying this, but who who cares? But Black people have been conditioned into a victim mindset. Black people have been conditioned into a victim mindset. Um, we are not the only victims of atrocities. Okay. Have things happen to African American people, Black people? Yes. Just like they have happened to Indians, to Japanese, to, you know, other races. Like, there is no race that has been completely saved from some type of war, atrocity, you know. And I really would love for Black people to get away from that victim mentality of they are owed something, right? And because it has been ingrained into us, like, you are different and you need to be on your guard at all time. Like, anxiety has been interbred into us because grandmothers and great grandmothers have felt like they have had to tell their children that they are different because of the color of their skin. They have to conduct themselves in a specific way because of the color of their skin. It's literally, yes, Melissa, ancestral trauma for every single race, and ancestral trauma that has been ingrained into, definitely, I can speak for the Black race because it happened for me, right? My grandmother would say, on both sides, would say things like, um, make sure your part is straight because only white people have crooked parts. Or, make sure you're looking for the black whatever. You go to the black police officer, you look for your kind, and you expect white people to treat you differently, and you expect white people to treat you bad, and you expect this. You have to be on your guard around white people, like it's very, very much ingrained in how the elders speak to us. And it doesn't have to be that way. Changing perspective has to start at some time. So all of that to say, because I brought up Black History Month, like should not have to be a specific time where we are putting emphasis on any specific race. We are not celebrating any specific race. Every specific race, culture, tradition, ethnicity should be allowed to have their traditions, should be able to have their rites of passage. There is not such a thing as a rite of passage in America. Men and women don't know when they go from a boy to a man, from a girl to a woman. And it definitely, for girls, it's like, yes, you start your cycle, right? You start your bleed, that means you're a woman now. But there's no real education around it. We put girls on the pill so fast because it's just so normal, it's so helpful, and you just don't want to have to deal with it, right? And there's no real understanding of what it means to transition from a girl to a woman, from a boy to a man. In indigenous cultures, there are rites of passage where a boy will go out into the wild and do something crazy. You got to survive by yourself for 24 hours, or you have to sit in a dark cave and fast in the dark and, silence. You have to stand on one leg on this post for as long as you can, walk on hot coals, do something extreme, go through some type of pain, some type of psychological discomfort where you need to transcend your childishness to reach a different level. Our boys don't have that in America. Forget black and white. Let's just talk about the fact that Americans do not grow up. We are all just children, basically paying bills, and children looking up at children going, I wish that I was an adult so that I didn't have to listen to my mom, not seeing it for an actual, not seeing for what it really is, Oh my gosh, Melissa says that she joined the army. I can only imagine what kind of a rite of passage that was. I can only imagine. I hope you got out of the army, because that is a whole other topic and subject in and of itself, girl. Oh my goodness. But still, like, the mental fortitude that it took to go and join the army and all of that physical endurance that you had to go through, right? That is really trained to break you down, right? And break you down psychologically. It's not really meant to build you up, though, Many youth get not many youth, let's just say. Ooh. Yeah, not many youth get a true initiation, exactly, a true initiation into adulthood. And so it's like, when is that time? When does that happen? There is a time for everything, and when we don't acknowledge it, when we don't acknowledge the changing, the growing of our character, the seasons, right? Then we are missing a vital tool. We are missing, you know, we're missing out 100%. We're missing a vital tool to help our evolution as people, as a species, as the caretakers of earth. Timing is inherent. Our intuition tells us when it's the right time. Hey, Effie Nation. Welcome, bro. Good to see you. Timing is inherent. It is our intuition, and we have been conditioned away from trusting our intuition. That little small voice inside our head, that best friend that never leaves us, that wants the best for us, that never steers us wrong. That gut feeling, it doesn't ever steer us wrong. And yet we have been conditioned to talk ourselves out of it, to ignore it. But it's internal and it's inherent, and we know when the right time is. If we would just tune in, tap in to that inner knowing, we would be so much more well equipped to handle the things that come at us. We would be able to make decisions quicker, with more conviction. We would be able to set standards, values, morals, stick with them. You know the saying that if you stand for nothing, you fall for anything? Our bodies know, both men and women, our bodies know when it's the right time for us to sleep. Our bodies know when it's the right time for us to eat. Our bodies know when we need more calcium, when we need more salt, when we need more this or that, when we want to go play. I mean, play shouldn't just be something that children do. Adults need something exciting and fun and creative, an outlet where they can be joyous and childlike, right? Yes, girl. I'm so there. Your higher self is your ride or die. You, regardless of if you have a partner or not, you are the only person who is going to live with yourself for the rest of your life. And I heard a great analogy the other day that, when we were born, we were entrusted with the child inside of us. And oftentimes, because we have been looking to our parents to take care of us, then, we are just continuing to look outside of ourselves to have somebody else take care of us. When really we have to take care of ourselves. We have to parent ourselves. We have to love and nurture ourselves. We are the only ones who know ourselves better than anyone. We are the only ones who know exactly what we need, when we need it, and when we actually love ourselves. If we love ourselves, that is the best protection, that's the best support. And you know whether or not you love yourself. Tell me, what part of yourself is it okay to neglect? What part of yourself is okay to ignore? Is there any part of yourself that you can give less attention to, less love, less devotion? The short answer is no. There is no part of yourself that is okay to ignore. There is no part of yourself that you can let go of. Every single inch of you is vital. Your pinky toe is just as important as your heart. Your thighs are just as important as your teeth. Your intuition is more important than the voices and stories and lies that you have been telling yourself your whole life. There is no part of us that we shouldn't be loving. And when we love ourselves completely, we will never allow ourselves to be in an untoward situation, in an unsavory situation. Suffering is unnecessary. External suffering is unnecessary. And I'm not saying that there isn't suffering, because there is suffering. I'm just saying that it's unnecessary, and that a lot of it is mental, and a lot of it is self-induced. Listen, if that guy cut you off in traffic, if you get angry, you're the one angry. You were triggered by that action. That action is neutral. You decided that that action made you angry. You are the only one who conducts your suffering. Physical suffering is a thing. I strongly believe that if you put yourself through physical suffering, like working out, going to the gym, lying on an acupressure mat, things like that, you are less likely to experience shocking, surprising physical suffering. Does that mean you're not going to stub your toe? Not necessarily. Like the fact that some people want no suffering whatsoever, that they want to just live in this utopia where they experience nothing but happiness, joy, and bliss, and then they wonder why they don't. Why do I stub my toe? Why do I suffer? Why do I feel anger and sadness? It's all mental. It's all your perspective, how you're looking at things. If America had more traditions that celebrated the true changing of the seasons, the true meaning behind love, forget history. History is how he wrote it. History is how The victors wrote it. Nobody cares about the history, but the history is important because we need to know where we're coming from so we know where we're going. But it's more important to know where we are now, I think. Where are we now? What do we feel now? What are we closing? Where are we? What are we closing? Who are we now? And what are we becoming? Who are we moving towards? Right? Hmm. Hey Effie, you should let me see. I might be able to click on that. Give me a second here. I will save this for later. Yes. Reclassification of American Indians. Wow, yes. That's awesome, bro. Hey, Awakened Mind, good to see you. Thank you, thank you. Oh, I can do this. Go ahead and do this. There we go. We're talking about timing. We're talking about the transition that does not stop and end clearly with the line in the sand. We like lines in the sand, right? They give us a clear beginning and an end. When the truth is, it is a ever changing shade, right? So when we decide that we're starting to evolve, that we're starting to transition from one season to another, it is important to make the time, to make the decision to do that. Even though it's a transition that takes a long time where there's no clear line in the sand, when we make that mental, emotional, spiritual decision, we have the clarity that comes with intention, the clarity that comes with awareness of shifts, of watching how things progress. I can't wait to watch that video. Thanks, FE Nation. Oh, you guys, I don't think I completely got into, I didn't even open my notes honestly to really talk about things. Okay, I'm opening my notes now. Okay, so here are the things that I might not have touched on thus far to kind of wrap it up. Sometimes we're not ready. Sometimes it is not the right time. like when I was saying there's a time for everything, saying no is just as important as saying yes. No is a full sentence, just like yes is. And, knowing when the right time is for you is just as important of it is extreme. It's just important. Like there's no there's no end to that sentence. Choosing the right time for you is important. If February 21st is not aligned with your cycle, then you should not fast. Saying no to fasting is the right time for you. Preparing in your way, right? Timing shapes whether or not practices help or whether they harm. Choosing that right time for you. We have to recognize what our internal clock says, what our internal intuition, what our body is really telling us. Because we cannot rush anything. Readiness cannot be rushed by willpower. Okay, right? Like if your body is not ready, if you think that you should be at one stage in life via another, how does that help you where you are now? If you're constantly in your brain, in your mind saying, I should be, coulda, woulda, shoulda, right? If you're shoulding all over yourself, how does that help you? If you're not just acknowledging where you are and taking a step forward in that direction from where you are, instead of trying to say that you are behind or you should be like somebody else. Again, shoulding on yourself. What's up, Wes? FE, good to see you, bro. I don't see you with a let's give you a blue wrench, all right? You said your mind is telling you no, but your body keeps telling you yeah. That's too funny. All right. Oops, where are y'all? There we are. So, if your body is telling you one thing and your mind is telling you another thing, then you need to get your mind, heart, body, and mind in a line and say what is really happening here, right? You can't go against what your body is saying, even if your mind wants to do something. If your body's not ready, and then if your body is like, this is the right time, but your mind's not ready, it's like, then you need to change your perspective, right? Oh, that's funny. Of course, I wouldn't get it because I did never listen to R. Kelly, honestly. Yeah, you guys, I don't get a lot of song references. um, but I mean that reference is completely valid, because a lot of times our bodies and our minds can be out of sync, and we have to completely align with that. We have to get in sync, right? So I guess I did stay on topic tonight. And did anyone have any questions for me or something that they wanted me to address specifically? No. You're not alone. Lots of people liked him, loved him, want to be him. I don't like how this is crooked, but it's perfectly imperfect. um yeah, guys, so that was my talking about timing. Just, especially because now we're the winter season is closing and we're transitioning. Now is the time where we need to be choosing who we want to be. We need to decide what habits we want to let go of. How have we been conducting ourselves up until now that has not been serving us, right? Winter was the time where we're supposed to be resting, re-energizing, recharging, reflecting on the past year, the past couple of months, what went our way, what didn't go our way. And now, as we're about to blossom into this new season, who is it that we want to be? Who is it that we want to be? How do we want to show up for ourselves? Not for your mom, your dad, your husband, your wife. Who do you want to be for you? Who do you want to look in the mirror and see every day? Thank you, Wes. I appreciate you. That's awesome. I'm so glad that you guys are getting some type of value out of this. It really makes it for me. I hear you. I hear you, West. I hear you, West. I don't know why I said West. Um, and I would encourage you to not see it. Disciplined is a great word, but it's more like be devoted, like to choosing you, because disciplined is so rigid. It's like we're trying so hard, right? But it's more like, no, bro, like choose you. Like, you know what you need. Are you devoted to you? Do you love yourself enough to do what it is that you know that you need to do to reach your goal? If you want to be able to bench press 250 pounds, then the only thing that's going to help you get there is to be devoted to getting to the bench press every day, starting at 5 pounds and working your way up to 250. It's not going to be every overnight. And knowing that as long as you show up for yourself consistently, you will reach your goal. I definitely agree, Effie Nation, that a lot of things is ramping up. And the truth is that the more we become aware and awake, the faster it's going to go. We are all connected. Not only are some people supposed to get it and some people not, but when enough of us who are supposed to get it start to get it and start to click, our collective spirals up. It cannot help but to spiral up. We are all the chosen ones. We are all the chosen ones, but all of the chosen ones are not supposed to awaken as they are. I'm over here like worried about stupid stuff. Oh, you said you meant beginning, not accelerating. I think it's both. I think that was a beautiful accident, because it is. I think that time is accelerating because, I mean, the only thing that exists is now. Time is a spiral. All time is at the same time. Everything everywhere all at once, like that movie. I don't know if you guys ever seen that movie, but that movie was spot freaking on. There's so much truth in movies, and that's another thing. The truth has to come out. There cannot be, like, things cannot happen without permission, without us being told, because we have to give our consent. Are you saying that you're not a little hat? You're not a little hat, Wes? That's a good thing. It's a good thing that you don't have a little hat. But, I mean, every little hat isn't bad. But it's sad that, and it's not just little hats either, right? There are Black Israelites who think that they are the chosen ones and, more chosen because they're Black. They use the excuse that everyone came from Black people, which is true because when you think about the color spectrum, Black is the only color that can produce all the other colors, right? When you think about the fact that in the Black race, there is a spectrum of colors already in the Black race, I mean, that makes sense. But we are all chosen. Like, forgetting the color of our skin, that has literally nothing to do with it. We are chosen because we exist. Our consciousness, the thing that drives this meat suit that we live in, this temple that we live in, we are more than we suppose ourselves to be. We see through our eyes, but we're not our eyes. We feel our heart beating, but we're not our heart. We hear thoughts in our head, but we are not those thoughts. We are not those stories. We are all chosen because we exist. We all have a purpose, and some chosen ones are not slated to realize that they are more than they supposed themselves to be. Like in this lifetime, they are meant to stay asleep. They are meant to just be sheep. That is their job. There are other of us that are meant to raise the collective higher. Wes, I don't even know if you're being real right now. But that's what's up. I hear you. I hear you. No, nothing wrong with messing around. Just be joshing. I don't even why does that saying even exist that you're joshing? Like what did Josh ever do to somebody? Oh gosh. Um but yeah, guys. I don't need to ramble on for too long. I'm going to be releasing my last video talking about my fast, and that'll be it. I will be here on Friday at 11 o'clock. We'll have our 11/11 dance party. Oh my gosh, I don't know if Tommy's watching, but Facebook is tripping because Facebook didn't it said that there were times where my live was muted because of copyright. Meta didn't have copyright. I'm gonna have to talk with Tommy and be like, yo, is there something we can do to like make us both producers so that nobody can get this shit blocked? But I guess it doesn't matter because YouTube is where it's at. But I do stream on Facebook too, just in case there's anybody over there. I've tried to stream to TikTok a couple times. It didn't work so well, and I don't really think that I'm going to be using. The terms and conditions of TikTok, the fact that they can use anything, the fact that we can't say Epstein, the fact that like there's just a bunch of stuff now that they've been bought out by, an unsavory. I'm not trying to be over there, and I don't want them to have any reason to use my stuff. Like that's just BS. Wes says, why does fasting act so slow? The first thing that comes to mind is the fact that digesting takes so long. There are certain foods that take hours to get out of your system. And when your body is spending so much energy digesting, That's why it takes longer for it to get into a fasted state. And everybody is different, you know? Some people can get into a fasted state in 17 hours. Some people, it takes 24 or longer. So everybody is different. So I don't know about that. But thank you, Wes. I'm so glad you're enjoying the stream. And thank you for everyone who showed up. Melissa was here, and Mojo was here, and FE Nation was here. I got Awakened Mind and Wes. What's up, y'all? Thank you so much for being here. You guys are so awesome. And I'm going to leave you with my final message for tonight. Your time is your time. There is no other time better than the present to decide what action to take. You deciding is an action. You choosing is an action. Not choosing, not deciding is also a choice, is also an action. Action starts in the mind. It starts in thought. Your thoughts, your decisions, your self-talk dictates, decides, and drives your reality. Your universe depends on you being in the driver's seat. Your faith, your belief, your perception, that is what decides and how it paints your reality. Take responsibility for that. It's not scary. Discomfort is not dangerous. You are vital. You are necessary. And every single thing that you decide to create is meaningful. When you decide to smile at someone, when you decide not to flip somebody off, everything you do matters, and it creates a better world. I love you so much. I appreciate you, and I am sending you all of the joy, all of the love and peace, and I look forward to seeing you on Friday. Bye, everybody.